Hello. I decided to go ahead and just make you another video because I got a JavaScript error too. I believe I got it fixed now. It was on my end. I guess it hadn't updated in a while, so I needed to get some new Java, the latest version of Java. Okay, first what I'm going to do is go ahead and replicate this, so just in case something would change. I do not want it to mess up the other template. It normally doesn't happen, but you can never be too safe. With things online, you never know. It's running a little slow since I have the period. I do apologize for that. I'll go ahead and tell you a few things about myself. I've been an email marketing manager for over 5 years. I don't just do templates. I do digital marketing. I do social media, online landing pages, and of course emails. I make flyers. Pretty much I do most of the stuff that I enjoy the most are designing. And this is why I'm starting out with Fiverr, trying to get out on my own. I worked with one of the best copywriters in the United States, or I should say she was taught by one of the best in the United States, and she was my mentor for the past few years, and she taught me so much about the look and design. And the biggest thing with MailChimp is I do not use the pre-designed templates. And the reason why is they're very hard for me to work with. I'm just used to the drag and drop editors, putting in what I want. The drag and drop editor is not as constricted as the pre-made templates. You are able to do so much more with the drag and drop editor. You have so many more options than you do. Okay, it is loading slow. Again, I apologize, and I'll probably end up making you more than one video and taking more time today. I was a little bit of pain yesterday and was getting very distracted. I fell down about 6 months ago and broke tailbone, and yesterday it decided to give me a fit, and I couldn't sit still. And so today things seem to be a lot better. Okay. Now this, the reason why this template here is a lot shorter than you wanted. I know you wanted it wider. The reason why these templates they're only 600 pixels wide. The reason why is because there's so many different email software programs that people view these in. Some people view them in a browser, some people view them in Outlook on their computer and not in the browser. And with that being, you're going to come up with a lot of different results. So this is why they kind of keep the templates about 600 pixels. I was really surprised to see that yours was the other one, that the example that you wanted me to look at was as much wider than that. That kind of surprised me. But another reason is because a lot of people are viewing their emails on their mobile phone. And you know, a mobile phone only has a certain size screen, so with so many people, you can figure a little over 50% of people are looking at their emails or their newsletters on their mobile phone. So this is why nowadays it's really important to kind of be able to have it look nice wherever it's going to be viewed. Before, a few years ago, it wasn't an issue. And that's why I never go with 3-column, because when it comes to the different email programs, it looks great in some, such as Gmail. The Gmail will look good. The mobile phone, not so good, and it'll rearrange your columns to where they don't even make sense. So it's very hard to read. And on the internet too, 3 columns is kind of, your eyes go back and forth, and you're not able to really concentrate on one section at a time. So this is why. Okay. Now, the thing you wanted to know, you didn't know how to change the color background. Instead of having your stuff across the top here like the pre-designed templates, your design elements are right here, such as your page. You go to your page and you'll be able to find your background colors right here. And you not liking the pink was no big deal. I just tried to kind of combine it in with the color of the header, and it's no big deal. You said you wanted the color. We'll start with white for right now and go from there. Okay. And you can also go through here, and it's got you can make your text color, you know, this has got him a dark gray, but you can make it all so you don't have to go back and change the colors. You can make it to black. I prefer black. It's easier to read. So let's just say that that's going to be black. You got your font size. You can go through there and your text align. If you wanted everything to be centered, you could go ahead and default that, but that's probably not something you want to do. Okay, so we got me made background white. And then you go to your pre-header, you're going to want to make it white too, unless you just decide you want a different color on it too. We'll just start with white, like I said, and I'll eventually put in the color that you ask for. Okay, we'll save that. Okay, so this how, you know, this is where all your stuff is instead of being on top, like I said before. You can make the body color a different color if you like. The footer and different things. Okay, so let's go back to the content. Okay, and another issue that you was wanting was you wanted the banner to be larger. This is as large as you can have a banner in MailChimp, 600. I believe yours, well, the actual size was 785, and it will not allow you to do that. And the template that I looked at that you had done before actually only let you have 540 pixels, so this is actually bigger than the other one would have been in the other template. And on the settings, see, I made it even larger than what it was going to allow you. See, if I take it, I checked the box and I put it edge to edge, see, it's even smaller. So I wanted it to be as big as possible. Also, I believe that the banner is, well, it's actually the first thing that people see. So you want it to be as large as possible, and it is as large as you can get it in MailChimp in any of the templates without coding your own email, and I do not do that. So okay, I'll move on here. I know you had issue with trying to get some of the stuff to show up, some of the text and things that you wanted to change. You'll notice here that I put it in a box all by itself, so I wanted you to have a headline, and usually it's better, it separates it a little bit more. Excuse me, it separates it a little bit more for your, you could actually put this in here. I had it 2-column, and I didn't want it over here, and I didn't want it over here. It looked better in the center for me, but you can always change that around. And here is your, this is where you can delete your box. You can copy your box, you can edit your box, or you can drag it. You just take a hold of that and drag it down to where it says Dropbox here, if you want it. Okay, let's start here. This is a 2-column one. Actually, everything that I put in here was just simple text boxes, and you just, if you want, whatever element you want, you just kind of take it over here and drop it. But we don't want to do that right now. So let me explain what's going on here. Just push your edit box. And the reason why I made it 2-column is I did not want you to have to go through, because every time that you was to change the opening article, which I believe is very important in the kind of email newsletter that you're sending out, is to always have an opening article. If it says a digest, people like to, it's more like a personal touch. It makes it not so like just from a company. It like makes people think that you're actually really talking to them. That's what the thing about an opening article is. But the reason why I did this is so I made it 2-column. So I add in the text box. I went to settings. Let's see here, you can make it 1 column or 2 columns. And I chose this so you would have more room for your text, and I didn't want to make it equal. You could have put her picture on the other side and her some media links over here if you wanted, but I chose to go to the left. And so the reason why, again, that I split it up and go back to content is so you would never have to put this in again. This can be left alone. Normally, when I put in text, I will wrap the pictures around here, but then every month or weekly, you said weekly, you would have to go through and realign the picture again, and that can take some time. So I was thinking about how much time that you wanted to spend on it, and I thought that this was the better option for you. So again, the links and stuff would never change. The picture would always be perfect here. Okay, now you said you wasn't able to edit here. You need to click on the second column, and this is where your text comes up, and this is how you edit it. And why they don't show the extra tools here, I'm not sure, but you click on this, and this is where you have your font size, your font colors, right here. You asked me how you change colors in that, right there. Got all the different things, your center, your alignment on your text. You can merge your tags here if you had tags you wanted to put in. This is anchor text. So if you wanted a link to this, and so you had a link here, and it would take you down to, if you were talking about the publishing, it would take you down here. That's what that's for. And your spell check. So you got all of it. Your style here, again, you can default different variables, such as your text color and your font family and things. And I normally use Arial or Tahoma. They are the easiest to read online. And what you're going to find online, the way you read it, is not always what it might look good in print, but it doesn't always look good on the internet, like I said, with the different email programs. You're going to see right here that I have actually a box that has nothing in it. The reason I did that was to separate the two sections a little bit. When I got to viewing it, this featured article was a little bit too close up here. So what I did was just added in a regular text box here. So you're going to see a couple of those down through here where they were a little bit too scrunched together. And I just took the little sample text they have out, and it just puts a space in there. So again, on here, you could actually, if you didn't want it to columns, you just click on your box and change the settings in it. If you want, and I just add this in here. I wanted to get as much of your branding in as I could. Okay. Like I said before, if you wanted to move the sections around, if you didn't want the Divine TV where it was, you would just drag it up or down, depending on where you wanted it. Again, on the videos, you have two columns. See, this one's on column 2. You'd want to go back to column 1 if that's where you wanted to start. And I only put 2 videos in, so it would save you some space. And I think on the featured article, I only put in the first paragraph, so there'd be the newsletter wouldn't be quite as long, because I understand what you're trying to do here. But the drag and drop editor is very simple once you get to working with it, and you're going to find that after a little bit, you're going to like this a whole lot better. Like I said, you've got a lot of different things that you can do with this, such as you've got your social media follow, which it's already got if you've already got the links put in your defaults of your MailChimp account, it automatically puts those in there, such as your website and everything. You've got buttons that you can add in. You can add in different footers. You've got different captions if you want to do bottom, left, or right with an image. You've got your text box. I'm going to show you how to use that in just a moment. My 15 minutes are about up, so I'm going to stop and make you get this one uploaded and start on another one for you.